when you're dealing with people that are going through depression and that are just going through a bunch of different things in their life, life is life and for everybody. So you want to make sure that you're doing those check-ins, that you are speaking with your friends. None of us are the only ones that are just going through something. Everyone is going through something. It's not just one person that's isolated in this whole thing. So just check in on your people. Hello, everyone. We are back with another episode.
It's like next come the heavy artillery, presidential more like Michelle, not Hillary, feel me?
Hello, everyone. So, oh my gosh, New York is in like a frenzy this week. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because of the snow. Maybe it's just because of all the inches that we're supposed to be getting. I just know that this has been like the most brutal winter that we have had in a very long time. I'm hearing like this is the coldest and the most snow that we've ever gotten since like 2018, so 8 years ago. And guys, like, we're predicted to get so much snow. I hope that you guys have your refrigerator stocked. You guys have your shows in lineup. I hope you're watching me, of course, or listening to me if you listen to the audio. And make sure that you're safe because it gets crazy outside, like if you're working. But I'm pretty sure, I was watching the news this morning and New York City seems to have things on lock and know what they're doing. So let's see what happens. But they're supposed to be putting all of this salt and everything down. So have you a nice little show, bundle up, do what you gotta do. And for today's topic, what I wanted to discuss, in the spirit of it being the winter, and the winter is not my favorite season. I don't really care for winter. I'm a summer baby, even though I'm the end of summer, but I'm still summer, okay? Because fall does not start until September 22nd or 23rd, something like that. And I made the cut. I'm September 11th, so I'm still summer. And even aside from that, like around my birthday, it's hot, but it's not that hot. Like, that's when like it kind of starts to cool down a little bit. I really enjoy my birthday and just the summer, like the warmth. If you want to have a jacket on, you can. If you don't, then it's like you could just go outside and just be hot and have your ice cup with whatever you got in the cup with the ice. And we know what that is, your little drink. But like I was saying, in the spirit of it being the winter, and a lot of people not really caring for the winter, especially when it's a bunch of snow that's predicted to come, and it's so cold, and people are getting sick, and people are in the house more. I do want to talk about seasonal depression because it is something that hits a lot of us during this time. I know especially for people that have careers where they might work from home, or people that don't maybe are not working and feel like they're in the house all the time. Sometimes it can just weigh in on you, like it can feel very heavy around this time. And it's really important, I feel like, that we keep interaction going with our friends, with our family. And I know some of us maybe don't have a lot of friends. At our big age, we don't always have the most friends. And, everyone is going through life. Life is life, and I get it. But make sure that you try and pick up the phone and talk to someone. Because if you're a person that is in the house all the time, and maybe you're working from home, like I say, you're in the house, you can just find that you haven't even really spoke to anyone in a while, like outside of your immediate family. And if you're someone that works from home and maybe lives by yourself, then you may not have spoken to anyone, so it can just be that type of a thing. if you can, try to be around people, because the phone and the FaceTime, like, it's nothing like that in-person interaction. I know that people get the best out of me when it's an in-person thing. Like, I'm just the type of person, like, I love in person. I love girls' nights. I love to go out and just feel, I don't know, I just need that connection. Like, everything is so disconnected in the world. I feel like we need to go out and we need to do different things. We need to talk to people. We need to get a sense of people's spirit, energy, vibe. And sometimes, you know, if you are in the house a lot, you might start to find yourself being socially awkward, like when you're around people. So you also want to make sure that you are at least forcing and pushing yourself to go out and be around others and just talk and socialize, because I feel like we're in a time now where we're just so disconnected from the things that we used to do, from things that actually really matter. So I really urge people to do that. Talk to people that are close to you. Don't just shut down. It's very easy to shut down, especially if you're an introvert. I happen to be an introvert and extrovert together. But for people that are introverted, you may want to check in on them, because those people tend to shut down, say to themselves they don't want to be around too many people, talk to too many people. And they're just different personality types. And when you're dealing with people that are going through depression and that are just going through a bunch of different things in their life, life is life and for everybody. So you want to make sure that you're doing those check-ins, that you are speaking with your friends. None of us are the only ones that are just going through something. Everyone is going through something. It's not just one person that's isolated in this whole thing. So just check in on your people. Also, with seasonal depression, like I said, like, you're not doing all the things that you were doing when the weather's better, when the weather's warmer. People are getting sick, and it's kind of hard to establish like these different girls' nights and outings, because maybe people don't even want to be outside. People don't want to have to travel. People can't travel in this type of weather that we're about to get. So I just feel like it's also good too to just dive into other things like hobbies. I've got into reading. Well, not got into reading, because I've been reading now for a whole year. So I would want to say like back into reading books for a whole year, because I really just stopped. And I said to myself, like, before I started reading again, I said I used to love reading. So I got back into reading, and I recently joined a book club. So when I go to my first in-person meeting, I'm going to let you guys know how that went. My thing is that being that I'm in the house, I'm talking to you guys, my other profession requires me to work from home. Then, I'm not around a lot of people often. So I want to make sure that any hobbies I take on, any extracurricular activities that I take on, anything that I'm doing, if I can help it, I'd like that to be interactive, where I am around people and it's just in person, because I feel like we need that. We need to get back to that. We need to get back to even showing the kids like how to play outside. Everything is on the phone, and this world is becoming so superficial. And that's what it is too. A lot of it is social media. I mean, I love for you guys to watch me, of course, but I also want to know that you guys are having fun, like interacting and being around others, because that's what life is about. So I just feel like there are ways to help with the seasonal depression, especially also what I want to add is therapy. So get into therapy if you're not in therapy, okay? And you may feel like, oh, I don't need therapy, but therapy can be very good. It can be very beneficial. So that's something that you definitely want to dive into, that you want to say to yourself, you know what? Maybe sometimes I do need to speak to someone that's not somebody that I know, to get that type of opinion. Because sometimes when you know people, their judgment is biased. They are not giving you the best advice. You feel funny, maybe awkward about telling them certain things that you're thinking. and feeling like they're gonna judge you. So I feel like it's always good to just get that type of feedback and talk session with somebody that you don't know. So guys, let's just shake off the seasonal depression. We're gonna just shake and shimmy, okay? We're gonna do that. We're gonna brush it off. Okay, I mean, I found myself being very down this past week, so that's why I just felt the need and the urge to talk about this. I hope if anyone else is going through it that you find a way to pull yourself up out of it. I know it can be very hard. There are people that go through like really rough depression. And I think it's important that we find different things that are going to bring us joy and also have just a good group of people around us and a good support system. Guys, do not let the season change you, okay? So, thank you guys for listening. Continue to tune in every week. Continue to be an active supporter. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will speak to you guys next week. You'll be seeing me next week. It's not going to stop. It don't stop. And this is what it is. But peace outie.